Let me show you how to communicate why clients should work with you in less than 5 minutes. Let's go. The longer I'm in business, the simpler it becomes. Until you're at $1 million, we exist to help one group of humans work through one transformation. This transformation starts with where they're at currently and looks to where they want to go in the future. That transformation has blockers, things that are currently holding them back from navigating that journey from where they're at to where they want to be. Naming and defining these blockers is the cornerstone to our business. It shapes our marketing, it shapes our product, it shapes our referability. It becomes the handles that enables our business to grow without having to reinvent every time we connect with a new prospect. I call this the cornerstone, and it shapes not only how our product is designed, but our marketing, what podcasts we go on, how we were referred to by our past clients. It really is the core, the cornerstone of the business. Now, this model has been used before. A gentleman named Simon Bowen identified the genius model. Taki Moore has built the magic model. It all works on the same framework. But for us, the cornerstone says, we want a particular group of people to go through a particular transformation. We want to be able to describe their current reality better than they can. So being able to say, this is what life looks like for them. This is happening, this is happening, this is also happening, and it's a problem. This is also happening, and it's a problem. It's tone neutral. It's basically saying, I see you, I understand you, I know what your reality is. So when we're looking at the now, defining their current reality, we want to be able to describe what they're going through better than they can right now. The goal is to make them say, were you recording our conversations? We do that by capturing what's working for them and what's not working for them right now. Then when we fast forward to the future state, where I see a lot of consultants make a mistake is they try to define this through this utopic lens where everything is now fabulous and great, and that's actually not what your client is looking for or what they need. All we want is to define the specific pain that they have overcome through the transformation that's taken place. Then we want to look at the 3 blockers. What are the most common pieces getting in the way of them achieving the thing that they want to achieve? I'll give you a couple examples to sort of map this. I run 2 companies, Catalyst and Actionable. So within Catalyst, I work with solo consultants who are currently delivering great work. They love the delivery when they get a chance to do it, but they're largely dependent on referrals. And so there's an uncertainty as to when the next lead comes in. Their ideal future state is not to build some mega business, but instead just to have a stable, happy business that affords them the lifestyle that they want, doing the type of work that they love with clients who appreciate them. That's what they want in the future state. The 3 things that are getting in the way, most of their leads are coming through referrals and therefore unreliable. When they get into a sales conversation, sales is kind of sweaty and uncomfortable. They don't know what to do and what to charge. And when they do land the deal, they end up reinventing their programming every time for that new client. That's an example of defining where they're at, where they want to go, and the 3 blockers that are in the way. Then you want to show them what's possible on the other side of working with you. Being able to say, in the example of Catalyst, what we want to do in order to get to that future state is to be able to have leads every day. New leads coming into our universe on a daily basis. We want sales every month initially and moving to every week. And we want to do that in a way that feels comfortable and relaxed. And we want to be able to scale impact without burning out. So what we're doing with the Cornerstone is not yet talking about our programming or our work, but instead we're talking about their reality, their understanding of what gets in the way, and what they ultimately want instead of those blockers. When we can articulate their reality and their goals and their blockers in their language, we're cutting through the noise. Now, the only way you can do this is by having a really clear and defined audience in the first place, what we might call a niche, which I know makes some people allergic. But it becomes powerful to say, in order to get hyper-specific language that resonates with that particular audience, it needs to be for a specific audience. Doesn't mean it needs to be forever, but it does need to be a specific audience right now. And so we map these pieces out, and then we show how you have a secret sauce to achieving each of these things. Now, I think what's really important is that it would be naive to think that our approach is the only approach to solving the blockers that exist. But the fact that you have a solution to these blockers is all they're really looking for. They don't need the truly novel solution. They just want to work with someone that sees them, that appreciates where they're at and where they're going. This works for B2B, this works for B2C, this works for multinationals, it works for small local shops. We do this through Actionable and through Catalyst. So if we think about taking the pieces of the Cornerstone and putting it into a sales conversation, it might look something like, at Catalyst, we help early stage consultants to build stability into their business so that they can build a business that they don't grow to hate. We do that by helping them overcome the fact that most of their leads are reliant on referrals, that most of their sales conversations are sweaty and uncomfortable, and that most times when they do actually land a client, they're rebuilding and building something from scratch. Now I'm curious which, if any of those are true for you. Someone in the prospect seat answers. They go, I struggle with leads, I struggle with sales, I struggle with the build. All the things, or not all the things, but it gets into the conversation faster. And now you can start to unpack what your unique approach looks like, what your special sauce is. I built Catalyst OS as a guide and thinking partner to help you build your own Cornerstone. In fact, I've got a video where I show you me building one using Catalyst OS in 8 minutes. If you want the link, comment Cornerstone and I'll send that over to you.